She's surrounded by people, family, co-workers, social media followers, yet she feels utterly alone. For many women, loneliness isn't loud or obvious. It's a quiet ache that hides behind smiles, busy schedules, and the phrase, "I'm fine." In a world that celebrates connection, why are so many women silently struggling with isolation? The answer lies in a complex web of societal expectations, emotional labor, and the unspoken pressure to always hold it together. This is the untold story of loneliness among women, and it's time we talk about it.
Have you ever felt alone?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a number of times.
Before I go further on that, I want to ask you, what do you think, according to you, is the difference between loneliness and being alone?
Love it. And the reason when you asked me, have I felt alone? I said a couple of times, and this is something I love it. Because there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. And many people confuse that. They're like, well, oh yeah, she likes being alone. Well, you know, she's someone who is antisocial or something.
Yeah.
Well, alone is when you're happy in your own company.
Yeah.
When you're happy with the person you are. And you're not looking for ways to make yourself happy about things or enjoy life, because loneliness comes in when you're looking for, well, you know, something external is going to make me happy. Well, seeking validation is going to make me happy. Spending time with other people is going to make me happy. Sure, well, it can. But do you think, would that happiness stay for long? Or is it just hedonic and it's going to just pass by, and then you'll be like, well, yeah, I'm again in the same state and I'm not feeling good about myself or just being with myself. So I feel like being lonely and being alone, there's a lot of difference in that, and we shouldn't just be confusing both of them.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And then from there, I also want to ask you, you know, there's a lot of people that say that, you know, they feel alone even when they're surrounded by people.
Oh.
Right? So from there, why do you think that this amount of people, more specifically women, feel lonely when they're surrounded by others? Do you think it has something to do with not being seen or understood? What are your takes on this?
I love it, because honestly, the moment you said this, I could really feel like it's about me. Because there have been numerous occasions where I have literally felt like, I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like I'm a part of this conversation, I'm a part of the people around me. And one of the prime reasons, I don't think it's more of being understood or being heard or being seen. It's more about the frequency and the vibration.
Okay.
The thing is that sometimes just for fitting in, and that's what women are usually trained to, right? Like you have to fit in, and even if regardless of if the person's frequency matches with you or if you enjoy being with them, you just have to be with them. But for me personally, when you are with your own people, when I say you are with your own tribe, and your own tribe is something where your frequency, your vibration aligns, your values align, and you don't even have to say a word. Like you can sit in a group and just look at one another and still feel at peace.
Yeah.
And be with people and have the most amazing conversations, and then even after that you leave all drained and exhausted. That's where you know where the energy alignment happens. Personally, to me, I've had experiences. I think I was even talking in one of the previous podcasts when I said, like, I've spent time with a few people, and the conversations were great, they were lovely, but after that I cried.
Really?
Yeah. And that really made me realize, well, why am I crying? But the reason is because the energy alignment was not there. Sometimes, you know, you really get a vibration of a person and be like, hey, hi, how you doing? And the conversation is really lovely and it's very respectful. But somewhere in the body language, somewhere in the vibration, the energy, yes, it's not visible. It's something, well, people will say, how can you find that out? It's not there. Well, yeah, there are a lot of things in this world which are not visible, but we believe in them. And so is energy. You can feel the other person's energy, and sometimes even if you do not talk much and you just get to be around one another, that is more than enough. And your soul knows the peace that you feel. So yeah, for me, I think as women, we really have to first be aligned with our own energy. It's not that we have to strive for something. We've been taken away from our own energy, and we've been surrounded by the things which are illusionary. This world is an illusion, right?
Yeah.
So it's more about coming back home to ourselves, and especially women who've been made to fit in a mold.
Okay, and how do you think patriarchy contributes to a woman's loneliness, especially for those who reject traditional roles and expectations?
This is really interesting. Come again. I just
Okay.
Okay, go ahead again.
Okay, and how do you think patriarchy contributes to a woman's loneliness, especially for those who reject traditional roles and expectations?
Can you elaborate more on this? Like, in what sense?
Yeah, so for example, someone who decided, let's say stay-at-home mom is not what she wants, or having kids is something she doesn't want. How do you think this, deriving from this set-out trajectory that typically women have in traditions contributes to a woman's loneliness?
I feel like, as you're mentioning, sometimes when women make decisions to step up for themselves, right? Not choosing to have kids when it's considered to be
Yeah.
like completion of a motherhood,
Yes.
and you're now a complete woman. Well, there are a lot of people who make decisions which doesn't align with their values, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they'll be secluded, and this is very interesting. I'm going to tie it back to the ancient times.
Okay.
In the previous societies when humans were there together, and it was a matter of, like, nowadays any rejection that you face, be it for an interview, be it in terms of dating or anything, it comes like a death. It feels like, oh well, this is the ending, I'm done for life. Why is that? Because initially when you were excluded from a social group, well, yeah, there were repercussions of dying, because that time we really had to be together. There was complete unpredictability of where you're going to stay, where you're going to live, how you're going to get your food, how will you stay safe from the predators. But now brains are wired that way, but the times have changed, right? You're not going to die if you're excluded from your social group. You're not going to. There is FOMO, fear of missing out,
Yes.
which is so prevalent, and it has no basis in reality. It's just our imagined scenarios, right? And even if you're excluded, the fact is you never came with anyone. You're not going with anyone. Your shadow doesn't stay with you even when there is complete darkness. I think these are the very real things that nature teaches us, that the reality is out there, but we just want to ignore and be blinded to that. So when you're talking about loneliness specifically being perpetrated by patriarchy, I think not even patriarchy, but it's more about us. Well, yeah, society can exclude you, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. Do you want to make yourself feel excluded because of the lack of love and compassion you have for yourself? Or do you have enough compassion and love for yourself that you can be like, well, yeah, it's okay if you want to exclude me. I still believe in myself and my worth, and nothing external can define my worth or my existence on this planet.
Coming from what you said, talking about how other people, like if you want to allow other people to make you feel this way, have you ever felt lonely within a relationship or within a friendship?
I'll be honest, a couple of times.
And what do you think that taught you, feeling that way?
I think one of the things that it really made me think about, like I've had numerous occasions where, as I mentioned, wonderful conversations, but I feel like the value alignment and the energy alignment lacks. And one thing it has really taught me is it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to come back and say to yourself, well, you deserve something which aligns your energy.
Yeah.
Cut. You deserve something which aligns with your energy. So that really made me feel like, well, it's okay. If someone wants to reject me, feel free to do that. If I want to move past someone and choose my own tribe, that's completely okay. You're not offending anyone by taking a stand for yourself. And it doesn't always mean people see rejection or people see as a way of moving on or past someone is as a way of attacking someone or offending someone. Well, no. You can do it in a respectful way. You can have difficult conversations in a respectful way if you really train yourself in that.
Okay, I love that. And then I want to ask you one last question. Do you think loneliness can sometimes be meaningful and a necessary part of growth?
100%. I think people listening to this, they'll agree, even if you get to spend 24 hours you have to spend with someone staying with you, that will be impossible. Right? Everyone is like, oh, please just give me some space. I need space, right? So why do you need that space? It's because the calling of your soul, the calling of your inner being, that spend some time with me. Just be there. Just be in your presence. Just enjoy the person you are with. You don't always have to get it's lovely to be around people and be social and have fun. But at the same time, it's like you need to come back and charge your battery. It's more like, would you keep using your device on a low battery and it's about to die? You won't do that, right? You're going to find a charger and plug it in and be like, yeah, I want to charge this. Well, some people still keep using their device when it's being charged, which is going to take a longer time for it to, come back to its normal level. But that's what. You have to go back to yourself, get yourself charged. And that's how you show up in your relationships, at your workplace, in all the professional arenas, when you have filled your cup well. So I think loneliness and alone has a lot of difference, and spending time and being alone with yourself is a key to progress in terms of your spiritual and emotional well-being.
Yeah, that was really wonderfully said. I think people need to start understanding the difference between being alone and loneliness, and realizing that, one is not as bad as the other, and sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, thank you for that.